I get it now. I wish I'd have gotten it earlier. I could have just been a conspiracy nut. We had to wait till facts bore out. So what I'm going to discuss right now is political, and the left is not going to like me stating these facts. They're going to yell conspiracy, whatever, but we're just going to talk about what we know for a fact right now with regards to Afghanistan, the left politics, the last year and a half in the world when it comes to U.S. politics, and what you're witnessing, which is the complete and utter surrender of the United States, not to Afghanistan, not to the Taliban, but to China via Afghanistan. One of the generals I just watched interviewed let it slip, and I had never heard this, and I had to dig it up and verify what he meant. Lithium. Afghanistan has one of the largest reserves in the world of lithium. And I went, click. Holy crap. I did not know that. I did not know Afghanistan had one of the largest, monstrous reserves of the world of lithium. Because it's a mountainous region. Mining operations. China, if you guys don't know, China is down in Africa right now just hoarding resources with the slave army in southern Africa. And I was like, why is China involved in Afghanistan? And I was like, is it really just to insult us? They don't act that way. That's not my impression of the way Chinese politics works. And I'm glad to know that my impression of the way that politics works is not wrong. But I'm disgusted at what the dominoes that have fallen in the last year have led to. Paris Accords. I could not figure out why China gave up crypto mining. They control what's about to become the world reserve currency. They got 2 or 3 countries that are swapping over to Bitcoin. China has monstrous amounts of Bitcoin stored up. Why wouldn't they keep mining cryptocurrencies to keep their lead on the world? Instead, you got the United States, which has the largest potential to convert individual wealth to crypto. Just literally buy crypto with US dollars right out of people's homes one by one, being shut down. That's a domino. Why would you turn around and tell people who have the right to buy whatever the hell they want to buy our Constitution? We're going to tell you no. And these dominoes keep falling and falling and falling. So we just left Afghanistan, and for those who don't know, we didn't tell NATO. We didn't tell England. They're talking about how the President of the United States, old Joe, called the Prime Minister Tuesday night. Well, the Prime Minister had been trying to get a hold of Joe since Monday morning, going, what the hell are you doing? Not a single military leader can answer the question why we gave up a secure air base to do a withdrawal in Kabul. Oh, wait. The Taliban run Kabul. We're buying the gas fueling the planes from the Taliban. And when our defense secretary, press secretary, was asked that question, he didn't answer. He said things like, we got the capability of fueling planes other ways. But he didn't say no. You want to know why they're fighting? They're getting paid not to fight. One of the leaders sitting in the Capitol in Kabul was a guy sitting in Gitmo 5 years ago. We're going, hey, this is a bad guy. This is one of the leaders of Al-Qaeda. He's now one of the co-leaders running the United States out of Afghanistan. And we traded a traitor for him. You want to know why? For those that are new to this channel, I get where the crypto now fits in the chain of this. And sorry for my passion, but I got too many friends missing limbs from Afghanistan. This is about lithium. This is about China owning Joe. Always have. Who paid all that money to have 4 counties overturn the rest of the United States in an election? China did. It wasn't Russia. It was China. China's sitting there waiting and ready to get in there and grab that lithium. China's going to make sure we have batteries for solar panels. This is bad. This is going to get wiped up. I would be surprised if this video stays, on the web, or my channel doesn't get deleted completely on this one. All the pieces of the last year and a half now fit. The things that were missing, I don't understand why you would do that. What's the purpose? Lithium. This is about getting lithium. To make batteries for solar generations. This is about the U.S. giving the signals to Russia and China that we will not interfere while you take over other countries. We don't have a year and a half till the next election. We got 3.5 years that China and Russia do not have to fear anybody stopping them from gobbling up this environmental fraud that has taken place since the 70s. The environmental movement was created by the Communist Party as a wedge from the people from the United States government. You don't think I'm right on this? Guys, we were energy independent January 1st of this year, and then we swapped presidents. A new one got sworn in. Now we are begging the people who bombed the towers in 9/11, please produce more oil. For some reason, I don't want to do it here. In other words, the money you're putting in your tank every single day is going to people who hate us. The electric car you're going to buy to solve that problem is being built by people who hate us. The batteries are now on the backs of a slave nation who don't know they're about to become slaves. This ain't instantaneous, guys. This is going to be 5 to 10 years. You got to get mining operations up in there. You know the difference between us and the Afghanistans? The reason we're not in there pumping lithium out of there? We wanted Afghanistan. The Conservative Party will gladly go in there and free Afghanistan so the people can own and build their own lithium mines, and we'll buy the lithium from them. We've done it all over the world. We don't take them over. But what's about to happen is, when China goes through there, China's not going to deal with, hey, can we talk this week? They're going to kill every son of a bitch that gets in their way. They're only going to care about the spot where lithium is. Thank you, Andy. Man, all I can say is get your money out of U.S. dollars as fast as possible. We just surrendered to the world communist parties. These people are not nice. They're not polite. Crypto is you and whoever you're doing business with agreeing on value. There's no government entity stating the value of the crypto. I, as a combat vet, I, as a patriotic American, don't believe this is who we are, but this is what got bought and inserted, and this is what the reflection is. I feel bad for England. I pray for the special forces guys. I talked to 2 of them before they deployed. That they're downtown Kabul right now, getting the British citizens out because Joe screwed them. Hey, by the way, I'm going to have an army surrounding your people next week. Forgot to tell you. Oops. Every one of these generals is trying to cover their ass right now. But let's remember one thing. You can't turn around and say, I took the advice of the army when you replace the army that you're taking the advice from. Every time you swap politicians. That should always be the same people. Moving through the ranks, getting experience, being put in place one after another to get good information, and that's not happening. Generals are being appointed. That's been a 20-year crap hole. Well, it's been longer than 20 years. I had one of those COs in the military back in the early 90s. Most worthless human being I ever met in my life, and he was in charge of combat operations so that he could progress in Washington one day. Had to get an I was here ribbon with the rest of us. It was all we could do to keep from shooting that son of a bitch, because he put our lives in danger every day with his bullshit thinking and incompetence. Don't believe me? Look what Joe's doing this week. 40 years that man has never made the right foreign policy decision. But for some reason, he's always in the room making them. Maybe we should wonder who keeps paying for him to be there. We know that his son was taking money from China. We know that his son was taking money from the Russians. Guys, they're just scumbags. And to turn around and stand on TV and say, well, nobody's dying today. The number of people about to die in the next 10 years, you remember who this year's Hitler was. It wasn't the orange man bad. As much as they're trying to dump, well, Trump wanted out of Afghanistan, but he didn't freaking hand them all our weapons. He didn't hand them our strategic points. He didn't give them so much capability that they collapsed a country in 11 days. Our weapons, our armaments, our vehicles just handed to the enemy, and it was so good, they took the country over in 11 days and said, hey, we'll let you buy gas from us while you get out. Lithium. This is about lithium. For all you leftists who go, we don't go to war for oil. We didn't need to go to war for oil. All we had to do is pump it out of our backyard. It's a renewable resource, you morons. Literally, an enzyme craps it deep in the earth. All you got to do is put CO2 that you want out of the air in the ground, and you get oil back on top of fresh water. We've been doing it since the 30s. You're still talking about fossil fuels. Lithium, though? Hey, that's a caustic metal that you want inside of a battery. And you know what we need? We need a slave nation to start mining that for us, because we can't seem to control the Taliban enough to let the Afghans be free. Some sorry sumbitches.